Hey everyone, Reptile Sam here, and today I have my most advanced species of snake that I've talked about yet. This is my false water cobra, Geiger, and she is only about 8 months old, maybe close to 9 months, but she is still a juvenile and she will get much bigger than this. And so this little snake right here, she's absolutely beautiful coloring, and false water cobras are usually this color or a similar color to it. They can be more olive green, more silver, more gold, but there really aren't too many morphs of false water cobras like you'd see with corn snakes or ball pythons. And that's because they're not very common in the pet industry. So these are pretty uncommon pets to have, and they're also a pretty advanced species to keep. So I do not recommend these as a first pet, but as an awesome animal, they're so cool. And so you see these really cool stripes down her face. She would have just gotten those in the past couple months because they don't have those when they're born. And I don't know if you can see in the video, but she has really like cool colored eyes. And as adults, their eyes are solid colored. And I love how her tail is almost solid black with some small bands on it. And the rest of her body has like this really pretty coppery, almost olive green color with like the black stripes near her head. Now you may be wondering, well, what is a false water cobra? So they are still colubrids. They are one of the largest colubrids out there. And so that means that they're in the same family as your corn snakes and king snakes. But these are also called the Brazilian smooth snake because they are from Brazil. And they are water-loving snakes. If you've seen some of my Instagram posts, you've seen Geiger swimming around in water, and she loves it. And I'm lucky because false water cobras have different temperaments, and this one happens to be an absolute sweetheart. She is so docile and easy to handle. But that being said, your average false water cobra should only be handled by a very experienced snake handler, and that is because they are mildly venomous. So normal venomous snakes have big fangs in the front of their mouth, and they inject venom like a hypodermic needle would inject something. So that's your rattlesnake, your vipers, your copperheads, things like that. So rear-fanged snakes, like Geiger and other false water cobras, as well as your hognose snakes, have Duvernois glands. And Duvernois glands are in the back of their mouth with their rear fangs, which are small. And they don't inject venom by biting and like letting go. So if she were to just like tag you and let go, you would probably not have any envenomation at all. So these types of snakes have to grab their prey and like really chew their venom into the prey. So they are still a little bit dangerous, but they're not going to hurt most people. And they're also super nice animals. So their venom also is not toxic to most people, and it's usually just something that would cause some bruising or swelling and not actually serious damage or worse like copperheads or other venomous snakes would cause, or actual cobras. So this snake, she is so sweet. You can see she loves having her little chin scratched. She loves being handled and pet. And you might be wondering why are they called false water cobras? In addition to having this appearance that looks just like a real water cobra, they have really large head scales, like cobras have, but their necks also flare out. They have small little hoods like cobras do, but rather than standing up like this like a cobra would, they just kind of hover above the ground and their hood comes down further down their bodies. And the reason I say that they're an advanced species to keep isn't part of it is because they have mild venom, and you should only handle these snakes if you're very comfortable handling snakes in the first place. Second is because they do get pretty large, especially the females. This girl will be pushing 6 feet plus as an adult, and so you need to make sure that you have an enclosure and you have the ability to keep a snake that's that large. So the other reason is that they have pretty particular requirements for their housing. So right now, because she's in her quarantine tank, she's just on some aspen bedding, which is really easy to clean and get rid of. But once she is moved to her more permanent housing locations, she will be living on a mix of cypress mulch bedding and forest floor bedding. And so that mix of substrate will really help keep the humidity really high in there. And I've also bought some humidifying spray that I can use to keep her tank really humid for her. So these snakes need high humidity, and they also need a lot of water to swim in. And they're really smart animals, so they need a lot of enrichment as well. And so false water cobras are a super cool snake, but it definitely should not be your first snake, or probably not even your second snake. But for someone experienced with snakes who wants a really smart, absolutely beautiful animal that takes a lot of care requirements and will really just be a fun animal to handle, and especially if you get lucky and have a really calm-tempered one like Geiger is, they're a fantastic animal. And this particular false water cobra was bred by Nightshade Serpents, and I also have a video of Geiger's unboxing on my YouTube channel as well. So feel free to watch that and enjoy. So until next time, guys, I'm Reptile Sam. This is Geiger, the false water cobra. And remember to like and subscribe to this channel and follow me on Instagram at reptile.sam. Thanks, everyone.